going to speak in relation to item 12 and item 14. So item 12 is in relation to the act that's been recommended for approval tonight, Gemitai. He has admitted that he got it wrong in terms of his dress, in terms of the performance in general being unsuitable for children, a whole field full of Winsford's children. So given that he got it wrong and he couldn't apologise enough, according to the chair, and also that your own chair had concerns about that as well at the last meeting, to me it seems really unwise. Anybody who gets anything wrong in terms of sexualised performances around children shouldn't be trusted a second time around. So I think it's really poor judgment if the Town Council decides to approve that tonight. There's no mention of the stall content which promoted harmful ideology that actually hurts children. It promoted double breast amputations, and had sexualised messages such as the ones that I read out last time, you sexy little swine, etc. It was promoting gender ideology, so it's political in nature. And this is a publicly funded organisation, yourselves, hosting this event. I can't see that anywhere on the agenda, even though I've raised it several times with you all, and I mentioned it at the events planning meeting last time. So I think that needs addressing. The other thing that I think needs addressing is in relation to the other agenda item that I mentioned, item 14. This is the document that's been recommended for approval tonight, or for consideration for approval tonight by yourselves. This is written by London Pride. It hasn't even been amended to reflect Winsford. The things that have happened at Winsford Pride that are documented, that have been photographed, that have been discussed, that have been apologised for, need to be reflected within this document, and they're not. So I think you need to hold fire, really, on approving that document tonight, and I'm imploring you tonight to do that and to take your time and to make sure that you get that document right. It also misrepresents the Equality Act. It appears to reference the Equality Act within it, so it says Pride celebrates diversity and will not tolerate any individual or group engaged in offensive behaviour or any signage targeting other individuals. Well, I had a man stand behind me with offensive, intimidating signage held over my head, simply because of the views that I hold. And the views that I hold are that men can't be women and that women should be protected in law by the Equality Act, which has now been proven correct by the Supreme Court, as we all know. It's never been hate to say that, but I was intimidated and treated as if it was hate to say that at your event. So I think that women need to be protected. Within this document, you need to reflect the risks to freedom of speech, the risks to women, the risks to children, which you've all admitted, mistakes have been made. Gender and gender identity are not protected characteristics in the Equality Act. It's listed as such in this document, this London Pride document that's being rushed through. And I think I can understand the sentiment and why you want to have a document governing these events in place, and I applaud that. But I just think you need to take a little bit more time to have a look at some of the things that have gone wrong and try to make sure that that's reflected. Sex isn't included in there. And protection of belief isn't included within your document either. Thank you.
Would anybody else like to speak?